guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm Olive, and if you're new here, then subscribe down below if you like channels where, I don't know, I shared tips, advice with you about life. Then this is the place to be. I've had a few questions in the past about what my opinion is on open relationships, and I actually have been in one for about a year or so. So I wanted to make this video to share with you guys my opinions on what I feel it's like and if I think it works or not. This is gonna be a very chilled out chit chat video, so grab a bevy and let's talk about it. What is it really like to be in an open relationship? Now, just a very quick disclaimer, obviously these are completely my opinions only and my experience only. I feel like everyone in life goes through a different experience with everything that happens to them. So you may go to a other YouTube video after watching mine and they may be saying something completely different and you'll be like, huh? Because everyone is different and everyone has a different life. So just putting that one out there. So the reason that I started my open relationship is because it was with someone who didn't live in the same country as me. We sort of knew that if we committed to a relationship that we would end up having to do a long distance relationship. And at the time I had previously come out of a long distance relationship already, and I'd sworn to myself that I would never ever be in a long distance relationship again. But I really liked this guy I was dating. My only option seemed to be in an open relationship. I had no idea what that even meant, but I realized after being in this relationship for a year in that style that it was in fact an open relationship. I just had never labeled it because I didn't know what an open relationship was. Basically, there are some, I suppose, rules that you kind of come up with your partner. It's very odd. I mean, I'm not against it at all. It works for some people, for some it doesn't. And clearly for me it didn't, because I'm now dating the guy for 4.5 years. So it kind of failed for me. It did not work. That's why if people ask me like, do you believe in open relationships? I'm like, I don't know. From my experience, I do feel in the end, one person will fall in love with the other, or both will fall in love with each other. I just feel like from my experience, it's a hard thing to make work because we're only humans. We catch feelings when we spend too much time with someone, or we become very intimate with someone and you're physical with them. It's so difficult to not catch feelings. Some people are very, very good at this and they can do it and it's very impressive. But for me, I feel if I'm gonna be so intimate with someone whilst also spending so much time with them, whilst also having deep conversations with them, I don't understand how I'm not supposed to fall in love, because call me crazy, but it seems like a very difficult task. So my partner and I set a few, I guess, boundaries and rules at the time. And one of our rules, which was kind of stupid now that I look back on it, it was like, you're basically asking for it to happen. But we were like, you are not allowed to fall in love with each other. That was like rule 1. And then the second rule was that we wouldn't tell each other about other people we were seeing. So if we were gonna sleep with someone or date someone else, we wouldn't talk about it to each other. We would just sort of do it, and it was our free will to do, but we wouldn't mention it. Obviously, another rule was just to be safe and protected all the time. I mean, whenever we were intimate, we would anyway use protection all the time because I didn't know if he was seeing anyone. He didn't know if I was seeing anyone. Now, I didn't actually sleep with anyone else during this period of time anyway because I didn't want to. I was definitely allowed. It was a mutual agreement that we were okay if we slept with someone else, it was totally fine. But I just didn't really feel like it. I knew I liked the guy, but I was trying to suppress my feelings because I really was afraid of going into a long distance relationship again. Didn't work, guys, it didn't work. I'm in it now. I'm in a long distance relationship now for 4.5 damn years, so whew. They really like me long distance relationships, let me tell you. They follow me around. I guess I travel a lot, so it is my fault, but you know. So those were kind of our main rules. We didn't set like 1,000 million rules. And then I remember I did something that was against the rules, and I dated someone and we were supposed to have a Skype conversation with my partner, and I didn't show up. He didn't remind me and I kind of forgot because I don't really remember. It was a very long time ago. I guess I was on a date. Trying to suppress my feelings and be like, not gonna go for the guy I actually really like, gonna go for this other one that I don't really like, but I'm suppressing my feelings. So I went on this date and I then told my partner about it, which was breaking the rules. I was like, I'm so sorry, I was out. And he was like, were you with someone else? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay, cool. But then he got so annoyed about it. And that's when I knew we can't do this anymore. It's obviously not working anymore. I mean, if you're gonna get pissed off at at me for going on a date when we're technically supposed to be allowed, then it's not working, you know? And after that, he almost stopped speaking to me for like forever. He told me later on, he was like, I was almost about to completely cut you out. And I'm like, but we discussed that this was allowed. Obviously, I broke a rule by telling him, but I mean, I didn't do anything that was against the rules. I was dating someone and I was allowed to do that. Obviously, he was hurt and I felt really horrible about it. I continued dating this other guy though throughout this time. Continued suppressing my feelings. I really needed to suppress them because my feelings were growing stronger for my open relationship partner, and I was like, suppress. And then one night I went out with my other person that I was seeing to suppress my feelings with. Just want to quickly let you guys know that the guy that I was dating in New York, I was very clear with him that I was also dating someone in Germany, and he was very aware of my situation. So I was not using the guy or anything like that. He also was not looking for anything serious. So basically he knew the situation and I was not using anyone, FYI. The next morning I woke up and I just felt terrible. I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. I literally couldn't do it anymore. I sat myself down the next morning and I told myself, you have got to be true to yourself. You have to accept that you are in love with this guy. You may not like it, you may not want to be in love with this guy, but you are. And you have to cut this bullshit. Sorry for my language, but you gotta cut this bullshit and you have to go after the right guy. Yes, it may be long distance. Yes, it may be very annoying in the long run because I'm still in it now. But you love this guy and don't let that go. And I immediately bought a flight to Germany. Didn't tell him I was coming. I contacted his friend to organize like a surprise situation. I went to Germany. I surprised him. He was very surprised. And that's pretty much when we exchanged I love yous, was on that trip. I would say maybe a month or so later, we went on a trip. He asked me to be his girlfriend and I was freaked out and I basically was like, no at first. And then he got really upset and I was like, no, Olivera, you're doing it again. You're suppressing. And I told myself, just do it. If it's supposed to work, it will work. And if it's not supposed to, then it will crash completely. And yes, you'll be hurt, but you'll move on. That's life. And I tried it out and I'm happy to say that I'm still in the same relationship for 4 years. Yes, the distance sucks, but my point being is that an open relationship can turn into a relationship or it can crash. So it really depends on you as a person and the person you are seeing in the open relationship. But from my personal experience, it doesn't work. Someone will fall in love or both of you will fall in love, or you'll keep suppressing your feelings until one day someone crashes and it's either a mess or you become boyfriend and girlfriend. Maybe you have a completely different opinion about this and I would absolutely love to hear it. So if you are in an open relationship or you know someone that is, share your thoughts down below. I'm so curious to know what they're like from someone else, how you feel about them, what you think about them. Do you think they're weird? Do you think they're okay? Personally, I think if you can do it and it works for you, then fabulous. I've tried it. It doesn't work for me personally. I guess I'm a sucker for love. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little video and this little story time. Let me know if you like videos like this where I just sit down and basically have a chat with you and tell you about my life experiences and my stories and things like that. I really enjoy doing it, but let me know if you enjoy watching it. You can also follow me on Instagram if you wish. My Instagram is Olivera Darko, where you can see more content of, I guess, just my life and me. And that's pretty much it. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you haven't already, if you enjoy these type of videos. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.